So during Ramadan, our focus gets super sharp on our faith, on our fasting. But what about our finances? You see, there's this absolutely crucial part of our faith about purifying our wealth that honestly often gets misunderstood. In this explainer, we're going to dive deep into the true spiritual meaning of zakat.
Let's just start with a thought that, well, it might feel a little unsettling at first. What if I told you that some of the money sitting in your bank account doesn't actually belong to you? Now, this isn't some kind of financial trick. It's a spiritual reality that sits right at the very heart of what we're talking about today.
To really truly understand zakat, we have to begin with this truth. It might be a bit uncomfortable, but it's completely essential for reframing how we look at our wealth. Okay, first things first, let's get this crystal clear. Zakat is not optional charity. It's not something you do only when you're feeling a bit generous. It is a divine obligation. It is a foundational pillar of Islam, just as important as prayer, just as important as fasting. You see, it's a non-negotiable part of our faith and ultimately our accountability to Allah. And yet, let's be real, in our busy modern lives, trying to fulfill this pillar can get pretty confusing. A lot of us face a real dilemma when it comes to handling our zakat the right way. Does any of this sound familiar? You know, maybe we put off the calculation, thinking it's just too complicated, or we get it mixed up with general charity, with sadaqah. A lot of us might not even know the nisab, that's the minimum amount of wealth you need to have before you're required to pay. Too often it gets treated like some kind of extra generosity, or even worse, we just forget about it completely. And this right here points to a profound spiritual danger. If we neglect our zakat, our Ramadan risks becoming just about physical hunger, and we totally miss the deep internal purification it's all about. We end up missing a core purpose of the entire month. What's really profound is just how often prayer and zakat are mentioned together in the Quran. I mean, it's over and over again. Our spiritual connection to God is directly tied to our financial responsibility. It's like Allah is teaching us a powerful lesson. Our worship isn't just a private thing. It's social, it's communal. Our wealth has a purpose way beyond just us. So let's try to shift our perspective here. Let's move away from seeing zakat as just a chore or a financial loss and start to see it for what it truly is, a beautiful act of purification. You know, the key to this whole concept is actually hidden in the word itself. In Arabic, the word zakat doesn't just mean a tax or a handout. No, its literal root meaning unlocks this much deeper, much more spiritual understanding of what's really happening with our wealth. Zakat means purification. It literally cleanses our wealth from any greed or carelessness. It also means growth. It's incredible. By giving a portion away, we're actually inviting God to grow and expand what's left. And finally, it means blessing, or barakah. It infuses our earnings with a divine blessing that, let's be honest, money alone could never buy. So, the most important point to remember is this. When you give zakat, you are not losing money. You are cleansing it, you're sanctifying it, and you're preparing it to bring you even more benefit. You're simply giving back the portion that was already meant for the poor and needy. Okay, now let's tackle one of the biggest points of confusion. What's the actual difference between zakat and just general charity, or what we call sadaqah? The differences are really, really important. Zakat is obligatory, it's a must, while sadaqah is voluntary. Zakat is a fixed 2.5% on specific assets that you've held for a whole year, while sadaqah can be any amount you want anytime you want. And zakat has specific, divinely appointed people who can receive it, laid out right in the Quran, while sadaqah can be given more broadly to anyone in need. They're both beautiful things to do, for sure, but only one is a pillar of our faith. And that fixed, divinely ordained amount is always 2.5%. It's not a guess, it's not an estimate, it's a specific, careful calculation on our extra wealth that we've had for one full lunar year. That precision, that detail, it shows us this is a serious act of worship, not just some random donation. So how do we actually put this into practice, especially during Ramadan, when the rewards for all our good deeds are multiplied? Well, it really comes down to a simple, actionable path. Let's walk through the 3 key steps to purifying your wealth. First, step 1, calculate it properly. Seriously, take the time to understand the nisab threshold and figure out which of your assets qualify. Don't just guess. Second, step 2, give with intention. Before you click that button or hand over the cash, make the niyyah in your heart that this specific money is for your zakat, that it's an act of worship.
And third, step 3, try to give early in Ramadan. This lets you get the maximum reward of this incredible month, and it makes sure your funds get to people who need them when they can benefit the most.
And this brings us to a really crucial point. Our hearts are so open in Ramadan, right? But zakat isn't just about feeling emotional or generous. It requires knowledge. That first step, calculate properly, is absolutely essential to make sure we fulfill this beautiful obligation correctly and completely.
So we'll end with this one question to really reflect on. On the Day of Judgment, our wealth is going to testify for us or against us. Will it speak of hoarding and neglect? Or will it speak of purification, of growth, and of care for others? That choice? Well, that choice is ours to make right now.